viewers, and welcome to a new video on another site that I find pretty cool. This is Algory, and we're looking at the Cryptoscanner. Today's Patreon suggested video was looking at BitMEX position data, but unfortunately the site that provides that data is down right now, so that will be pushed to Monday. Today, the vote that came in second place on the Patreon was this site, so that's what we're going to be looking at. Also, if you want to join my professional day trading community, you can click the link in the description, and it also comes with my price action and volume guide. And if you want to join the Patreon to vote on videos like these, that's linked in the description as well. So what are we looking at today, and why is this relevant, and why do we care about this site? What we're looking at is a crypto scanner that does not scan like most. I think a lot of crypto scanners are just going to use technical indicators or are going to give you that kind of data. This is a kind of scanner that's giving you order book data, and it's pulling the order books of all the cryptocurrencies on Binance, and it's alerting you to whatever you want. So let's go take a look at just a few of what this scanner can give you. And this is free for the time being. You know, I don't know if it'll be free in the future, but free to use. I think you just have to create an account and you're good to go. So what I was most interested in is this is going to offer you data for Binance, BitMEX, Bittrex, Bitfinex, all kinds of ways you can scan. I tried using a scanner for BitMEX and trying to look at, big trades or looking at a bid offer, a bid ask ratio. The issue is that currently the volatility on BitMEX, the price is moving so quickly that trying to capture those inefficiencies and trying to capitalize on them can be a lot harder than something like Binance, where you're scanning for hundreds of pairs. And if you can find an inefficiency by using the scanner, you can quickly scalp that inefficiency. And I've been doing that, and it's actually pretty entertaining. It's pretty fun. But besides fun, it can be actually pretty profitable if you know what you're doing. And if you set up your scanner rate as well. So what scanner do we have here? This is the bid-ask ratio. So this is going to show me how much larger the best bid is than the best offer, or how much larger the best offer is than the best bid. Offer and ask are the same. That's just the limit sell. And the best bid is the highest bid in the order book, and the best offer is the lowest offer in the order book. Now, if you look here, let's just focus on one signal that did work actually pretty well. Where was that guy? It was on RCN. So let me just Command F, RCN. RCN, yeah. So this one here worked out pretty well at 1331 and 1326. This one did work well as well. So what do we have here? Well, this is telling me how much larger the best bid is than the best offer. This is telling me the bid that was indicated as a very large bid, and this is telling me how much Bitcoin was in that bid. So we had a 0.933 large bid, and it was much larger than the best offer. So if we had seen this at this point in time at 1326, what would have happened? Well, let's go to RCN BTC and let's go take a look at 1326. So 1326 was here. Just before this price rise, you can see 1326 right there, right? That's just before we got price, rising up to a little bit higher. This was indicated as a point in time where we had a large amount of bidding and not a lot of offering. Basically, a large bid-ask order depth imbalance. So this would have been indicated as a very good time to basically market buy the liquidity on the offer. So if you see a very large imbalance here, I'm not saying to always do this, but let's say that you see there's an imbalance of 3. So there's 3 times as much order depth on the best bid as there are order depth on the best offer. So right now you can see that there's a lot more people trying to bid than there are people trying to offer in the very short-term order book. What you can do on that is you can try to grab the liquidity of price 1 tick higher, so at 404, at 405. This is a scalping kind of strategy, and I do have to tell you that for the scanner that I set up. So if you had noticed that, hey, at 399 we have a very large bid, you could have market bought the liquidity at 400. And if you had done that, then you could have bought at 400 and then maybe sold a little bit higher. Now price is at 405, so this would have been a decent signal. Now, yeah, beating the fees with this kind of strategy may be a little bit tough. I know that the fees on Binance are very, very small, but remember, I'm just showing you one strategy that you can use. There's a ton of different kinds of strategies that you can scan for, but this is just one of them. We can look at other signals as well. So if we were to look at even like whatever, Sky or SKY BTC, at 1326, we had a pretty large, bid imbalance where it was 3.291 ratio higher than the offer. So let's go look at Sky at 1320. What was it? Was it 1326? Yeah, 1326. Okay, great. So SKY BTC at 1326, and what was the bid? The bid was at 209. So what it's basically telling you is at 1326, so all the way back here, it's telling me that, hey, there's a lot of people trying to bid and there aren't that many people trying to offer. So it might not be a terrible idea to grab the liquidity on the offer and to buy. Had you bought it around 209, 210, price is a little bit higher, so that would have been a good signal. So I think that this kind of what this is showing us is very helpful, because you can capture those short-term order depth changes. I mean, we can look at ICX as well. ICX at 1327, we had the bid was 4 times higher. So ICX BTC, and then I'm going to show you guys how to actually do this. And what was the bid at again? I know my memory is not serving me today. It was at 483. So we had a 483 bid. Yeah. So it was. Well, is that timing or is that timing? Someone just market bought a lot. That's hilarious. So it was indicating that back here we had a large amount of bidding and it might not be a terrible time to buy. And yeah, price rose. So this is the scanner, and I'm going to show you guys how exactly I got this scanner. Again, like I had said, you can do this for any exchange that you want. BitMEX, but let's use Binance for this one. I only set it up for Bitcoin because I only wanted to be trading altcoins with Bitcoin. Now, filters, this is what I got. So I got any time that the bid was 3 times larger than the ask, or the ask was 3 times larger than the bid. But I mean, if I'm buying, I'm more interested in the bid being 3 times larger than the ask, of course. And I put a max at 5. You could put a max higher if you want. And then this is a filter to make sure that, I don't know if it actually did this successfully, but that the order depth was at least 2 Bitcoin on that bid and an offer, as you can see here, at least 2 Bitcoin, because I don't really want to be alerted to a bid ask. Let's say that the bid is 5 times larger than, the best bid is 5 times larger than the best offer, but the best bid is only liquidity of 0.1 Bitcoin. And the best offer is only 0.01. I mean, that's not that special. So I wanted to have it at least 2. And then alerts. This is pretty cool as well. You can do plenty of different kinds of alerts, like, hey, big size trades whenever an altcoin is consolidating, volume spike ratios, unusual number of trades. So basically when there's a lot of trades on a coin, new highs, new lows, plenty of different ways you can go with this. And with the filters here, there's plenty of other things you could do. Look at volatility, look at volume, look at changes, average number of trades. You can look at the market cap. And if you don't want to be scanning for every single, coin that's traded to Bitcoin, you can actually just scan for just one. And then optimize the filters and alerts to that just one coin. So this is the scanner that I had set up. Now, let's say I wanted to create a new scanner. I'm saying, okay, so this is great for showing me these order depth imbalances. And hey, I could have captured ICX BTC and bought it at that 483 that was indicated as a good buy because there was that order depth imbalance. Well, instead of looking at order depth, let's take a look at another. So manage scanners. I think we can create Cryptoscanner, right? Yeah, sweet. Okay, so Binance markets. Let's just look at BTC. And this time, I'm going to want to look at not the bids and the offers, and bids and asks. Let's look at the average number of prints per trade. So this is showing us how many trades were made on a cryptocurrency in the last 1 minute candle and compare it to the previous average of 5 1-minute candles. That makes perfect sense. So I'll put that to 5 like it suggests, and I'll just do it 20. So why are we setting this up? Well, this is going to show me whenever there's a large amount of trading activity on an altcoin, because that may be a large up move, a large down move, maybe something that I could look at, and then I could trade on Binance. I'm going to keep it super simple and just name this guy Binance or large. Not large, Binance, very active trades on Binance. Okay, that was not very active trades, Binance. That was a terrible title, but that's it. Oh, okay, you're going to just go here. So my very active trades. Okay, I'm trying to drag these guys so they don't overlap too much. Come on. There you go. All right. It's not yeah, that's pretty even. All right, save. So no signals yet. Let's see if we actually do get any signals for this guy, because sometimes it can it's working. As you can see, the green dot showing me that it's trying to get signals for this. But we still do have signals for this guy, you know, and we could look at other signals that this would have given me just with this kind of setup that I had. This guy is being a little. I can make this a little bit lower. Is that what it wants, or is it too? Is it too many or too little signals? I could change this to 10 and see if that gives me anything. I like that this site allows you to track not just volume, but track how many people are trading, track the amount of trades that are coming in, because that's data that you typically don't get access to. All right, it's still giving me no signals, which is making me a little bit irked. I'll set this to 3. Okay, if it doesn't give me 3, then I'm just going to say bye-bye. I'm just going to focus on the other scanner that already does pretty well for itself. Oh, dude, there you go. Okay, sweet. I asked and it answered. So I've actually never used this way before, but I'm liking it so far. So this is telling me trade side market buy versus market sell as well. Cool. So this is showing me that on XEM BTC we have 3 times as much buying we have 3 times more buying in 1 minute than we had in the average of the last 5 minutes. So basically, we're having a lot more buying now than we've had before. So XEM BTC, I mean, this isn't a ton of buying, but we can go see what exactly is going on with this guy. Yeah, so a quick fall, and it looks like we just had a decent amount of buying here. Makes sense. And maybe that buying makes price go higher. I think that these two scanners would work really, really well in tandem. One showing us, you know, how much buying and selling activity we have in the very short term, and then the other one showing us, you know, the amount of order depth. And if you want to combine these, you can. Just do remember, if I was to combine these, then it would only show us signals. I can actually show you guys right now. With filters, it's only going to show them that when it's all in conjunction. So if I do exactly that and do, you know, my same settings here, it's only going to show us when there was also a large amount of trades. So I don't think that this is going to work too well, but I can try to combine them and just see what happens. If not, I would just edit out the change. No signals. Yeah, because I don't think that there was that much overlap of exactly, you know, at least 3 times as many trades. I mean, 3 times as much trading activity, and then also an order depth imbalance. I think that's asking for too much. Maybe these guys are better separate rather than combined, or maybe I was just not patient enough. And yeah, here we go. Cool. So this is now showing me exactly what I wanted to see. It's showing me both. It's showing me order depth imbalances, and it's also showing me whenever there was at least 3 times as much trading activity in 1 minute versus the average of the last 5 minutes. Average of each 1 minute candle of the last, you know, 5 minutes. So yeah, so it's showing me that IOST BTC is really coming up here. I don't love this though. So I'm gonna get rid of you. Bye. Okay, sorry, but you gotta go. I think it was just. I prefer to keep these separate, but this is pretty cool. We can look at so QLC BTC actually had a large amount of selling right there, an unusual amount of selling, and that's really what we're looking for with this kind of scanner. Let's see how that market selling, what that did. Yeah, so there we go. There's the strong market selling. Makes sense. I do not want this video to be like half an hour of me just scrolling through this. It's very tempting for me to just keep scrolling and just have fun looking at these signals because I like that. But I should probably end this video soon. Make hay while the sun shines, as they say. Okay, so but 1344 at BNB BTC, we did have a good amount of bidding. So what happened at 1344? Doesn't look like much. Oh, yeah, it would have actually been a pretty good time a decent time to buy. Decent time to buy. 1344, I mean, you get like a little bit of a price rise, but yeah, I mean, price would have been higher. Price is higher now than it was at 1344. So decent signal. That came from here, where you can see at 1344, we had a 4.2 times bigger bid, and we had a BTC bid of 5.681. Now we're seeing some buying on some altcoins here. Okay, but you guys get the idea, I think. What you can also do with this is you don't have to do this for Binance. You could do this on BitMEX if you want. If you think that I'm wrong and that there's plenty of good kinds of ways you can scan for BitMEX, be my guest. But I've been really impressed so far with the site. I think that of all kinds of indicators and ways to alert yourself, if you are a scalper and you're looking for all kinds of different cryptocurrencies on Binance, I mean, this is one thing you can use. You can look at trading activity, you can look at Binance order depth like this, and kind of just look back at the signals before. Once you create the scanner, it's going to show you the signals that it's generated before. And you can go see, hey, in the past, how well has this worked? So how well, will this probably work in the future? So, I could look at POBTC at 1323 and say, oh, so we had a large amount of bidding on POBTC at 1323. What ended up happening? Okay, it looks like absolutely nothing happened. Actually, wow, that would have been a really good signal. It was saying right here that we had a large amount of bidding, and then price rose. So I actually take that back. At what bid though? Bid at 7. Okay, so 7 means it was at 7D, which means that the bid was here, meaning that you would have been able, if you had, to be honest, if you were buying, you would have bought at 71 because this was the best bid and this was the best offer. Basically, it's telling you there's a very large best bid at 70, and it told you that right before price rose. You can see that this was when it was alerted that the best bid had gotten very large, and it was much larger than the offer. And if you had taken liquidity at 71, maybe you could have then sold at 72 with a limit order. Or maybe that's just like, a little too good to have been true, but backtest this yourself. I've been more impressed with the order depth here, scanning for order depth and just trading on Binance using this and stealing liquidity, from small offers when there's a large order depth imbalance. But if you are more interested in this kind, or if you want to make your own, be my guest. All right, this video has gone on too long. I hope that this was helpful. This scanner has been very helpful for me. If it's not helpful for you, all right, whatever. That's more liquidity for me to grab. And if it is helpful for you, then you can, I don't know what to say at this point. I've never said like and subscribe, because that's just not who I am. I don't like to do that. But if this is helpful, I guess share the video, or don't share the video because you're like, oh, I just want this for myself. I don't want anyone else taking liquidity, from the offers. But do get my guide and do join the professional day trading group if you want to talk more about this. With that, I definitely have made this video way too long, and I know someone in the comments is going to say it, so peace.